Smash Ultimate, to me, has to be one of my favorite fighting games and one of my favorite Smash games, and thankfully it's still getting updates, most of them coming with a new character. But this video will be talking about what new additions I want to see to the game that isn't related to new characters. And I do kind of wish this does happen because we did get some new addition that isn't character related, like the new Battlefield stage and some new single player modes, so that's why I kind of just wanted to make this video. And of course I did make a video a long while back talking about what characters I want to see, so if you want you can check that out and I will put that in the description below. One thing I hope does happen is the return of old stages that already aren't in the game. Smash 4 did do this where we got stages like Hyrule Castle and Dreamland 64, but you did have to pay for them, but at that point I didn't really mind as much. Some stages I want to see come back has to be Pokefloats, Jungle Hijinks, Pac Maze, and Picto Chat because I feel that these ones are kind of memorable, at least to me. Of course, if these stages never came back, I'd still would be fine. It's just, of course, I feel there could be like a lot more variety in the stage list, and just having more iconic stages come back would be nice. Something else I would want to see return has to be some old single player modes. Stuff like event matches, master and crazy autos, boss battles, and rotation battles. This last one was from Brawl and I did think it was kind of cool, and I feel that it would be a welcome return to Ultimate. But the other modes I think were just as fun, and we can have a lot more single player content, especially with event matches, where I feel they could do a lot more with the bigger roster and also have some other small stuff with it, like having the ability to play online with friends. Along with that, having a boss rush mode like Brawl would be really cool, since they do have quite a lot of interesting bosses like Ganon, Rathalos, Galeem, and a few others. And again, you can have an option to play online with friends, since again, it would kind of suck if it was just a local only thing. Another thing they could change for the boss rush mode can be a thing where, depending on what character you pick, you have to fight certain bosses first. Like for example, the Zelda characters would end up fighting Ganon first and then fighting more fantasy-esque characters like Dracula and whatnot a lot sooner. This can add some variety just because now you don't have to fight the same boss in the same order, or you could just have a thing where you pick who you fight next, kind of like Smash 3s's classic mode. And finally, the other two that I've mentioned, that being Master and Crazy Auto and Rotation Battle, don't really need any changes, so I feel you just have to bring those modes back and I would be pretty happy. I think this next point is a somewhat popular one, but I would like if some Echoes fighters came to the game, whether they have their own paid fighters pass or maybe they're just free. I'm fully fine with paying for some of them depending on if they have a decent amount of changes. Like for example, if they had Echo fighter like Gary from Pokemon, they could have him use Bulbasaur, Charmeleon, and Blastoise, where Bulbasaur would be a lot faster and have more range, Charmander would be a little bit weaker with its fire attacks but be a bit faster in comparison to Charizard, and then Blastoise would be a more ranged fighter because it can use its cannons a lot more. And maybe they can use some of Squirtle's moves like it's up B, but I feel it would be massively different just because he's a lot slower and just, he can use range attacks a lot more. Some Echo fighters I want to see come into the game would be Mega Man EXE, Dan from Street Fighter, and Gary, as I mentioned before. This isn't a huge list, but these are some characters I would want to see at least from the existing roster, and that can be made into Echo fighters. Something else I feel would be really cool would be the ability to create your own classic mode and upload it online. Since you can always share stages, memes, and replays, I feel this would be another neat feature. That and having unique classic modes that players make would be a lot more replayable, because right now all you can really do is just play the character's classic mode and get the best score possible, and frankly I kind of find that boring since I've already finished all the other classic modes that I can up to this moment. Something else I feel that should be brought back is some of the mini games like Blow the Platforms and Break the Targets. Something else I thought would be pretty nice would be to bring back some of the old mini games like Board the Platforms and Break the Targets. These ones I thought were pretty cool and can also provide classic mode with a bit more variety, because the race to the finish does get really boring, especially after doing it 77 times. The next point I also feel is pretty unlikely, and that's having unlockable skins. This can be done through buying them in the in-game shop or just getting them as prizes through classic mode or spirit battles. I feel this is kind of unlikely just because adding extra skins to all 77 characters might not be the best thing, because they have to go back and design new skins and they have to pull up references from the games, stuff like that, and I feel it just again would be a lot of extra work for very little payoff, I feel. And that has to be the additions I would like to see come to Smash Ultimate. Of course, these are just wishes, and I don't expect Team to actually add any of these. I still do think that the new modes are still the most likely, just because, you know, we have gone new modes before with Tony, at least, like for example the stage builder and the one where you have to hit the bat, I think it's a home run contest. Those came back, and I feel that again they could bring back other modes. But if none of these actually did get in the game, I still wouldn't be mad, because Smash Ultimate still is a really fun game. But what things do you guys want to see return, or what new features would you like to see in the game? Comment down below. And along with that, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to follow my Twitter, which is in the description, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys later.